So what's the better blade, YouTube? We're going to jump right into it. So we have the brand new BABYLISS FX1 system with the Low Pro FX brand new blade. We open the blade all the way up. We're going to close the blade all the way and we're going to see how we take out the line. We've sped the video up about 2 times so it won't take too long. So right here, this is the amount of hair that you can imagine that you will expect to leave on the head. I don't have it all the way zero gap, but that's an idea of what it's going to leave behind. It's a little bit, but you can always use your trimmer and take it out. If you don't know how to do that, subscribe to the channel, check out my video haircut tutorials, and we'll take it from there. Right here, I'm actually taking the line out with the trimmers. We're going to go ahead and finish up the fade. We're going to add the one premium guard, open it all the way up. The lever's all the way open. Now we got our half guard open and close. And we're going to combine the front part to the back part, if that makes any sense. We're going in between what we did. Now we're going to go detail with the blade by itself. And this blade stays extremely cool to the touch and it cuts like butter. Although I do have one little problem with the blade. It does not make that much crunch noise at all. So you can get yourself into trouble if you're not careful because you can't feel the blade cutting. So you can actually make some mistakes, as I'll show you later in this video. Stay tuned. So now we're taking off the top of the hair with a 2 or 3 guard. Now I'm going over here. I'm supposedly doing some cleanup work with the blade. And I'm going around the ear, pulling the ear down, and I'm just cleaning it up. And I think I can go right here. Oop, 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 oop. And I did that right there because I had no feedback from the blade. So that zoomed all the way in. I did not want to do that. So after 14 years as a barber, you still make mistakes. You're always going to make mistakes. We're humans, and no problem. You can fix any mistake you make with clippers unless you do like a patch. But I'm going to take this out right here. I was going to take it up higher anyway. But actually, it's kind of cool that this happened because this shows you my recommendations. Is this a beginner blade? Yes and no. I feel like if you start with this blade, it stays cool so you can cut all day as slow as you want and won't get hard, but you don't get that feedback. But if you started with it and you never had the feedback, the chopping, chipping from other blades, it might not be a thing. But once you've used a master blade or something else, you definitely get, or a fade blade, you definitely get like a little zzz, 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 zzz when you're cutting it. So you can, it's almost, you feel it. It's like cutting into an ice sculpture and you feel what you're doing. But this blade is, some of the new blades are so smooth and perfect, they don't give you any feedback or no resistance. But this is how the fade is coming out on this side, and I think it looks pretty good. I actually love the way this blade and these clippers cut hair, but you can get yourself into trouble as I showed you. So what I've learned to do since there were new clippers was just cut a little bit slower. Obviously it sped up a little bit. But since I can't feel the feedback of the blade, I tend to cut a little bit slower and do a little bit more detail work. And it keeps me out of trouble. And the haircuts come out phenomenal. Dennis, I like the blade. Give it a little bit more crunch. And we're good to go. Right here we got the half guard. I'm just finishing up. Doing a little detail work. Now we got the 1 guard. And we're just going to combine all this together. He has really thick hair. So this is kind of a cool video to show because it takes a little bit longer to fade thicker hair. And I did notice my haircut time between this side and the other side. My fade blade was a little bit quicker. Probably because I've been cutting with that blade for God knows how long. At least 7-8 years or however long it's been out, maybe less than that. Enter the Snap FX with the fade blade, one of my favorite blades. Good crunch sound, takes out the line very easily, the bottom line, and just an overall good blade. What I will say is where it takes the line out, because it's a thinner tip blade than the MIM blade, I believe for clipper over comb and bulk cutting, I do kind of like the newer blade better. But a fade blade has fade in the name for a reason, because it's really good at fading. And as long as you're not dealing with somebody with really loose fatty skin on their head where it might poke a little bit, a fade blade is definitely a good blade to go. So now we got the half guard, and we're going to open and close it right here. We're going to take out this middle area, and we're going to rock it together, man. Now we're going to do some detail work. We got the blade all the way open, closing it up. As you can see, this side faded a lot easier, although I have been using this blade for a long time, so kind of makes sense. Now we're just connecting the fade to the top of the hair. We got I believe a 3 guard, but don't quote me on it. Could be a 2. Now we have a half guard, and we are definitely fading this hair. Now I'm pulling the skin a little bit so I can get the skin to lay real tight, so I can cut without the head moving. So you tighten the skin by pulling the skin up, and it will cut real sharp like that. And this is coming along pretty good. We got that half guard, and we're just do a little detail work, a little corner of the blade right here. If you guys like these type of videos, go ahead and leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. Now we got the trimmer. Now if you remember the line from the other MIM blade, it was a lot darker than this blade, than this line, but to each his own. And we're going up here with the 1.5 guard. We're just blending this all together. And this is the MIM metal injected mold blade on this side. That's a nice looking fade right there. And on this side we got the fade blade. That's a nice fade too, by the way. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It takes a lot of time to do these videos. Peace. Catch you in the next one.